Hello, Earle Pughe here. Today I'm looking at a little bit of music theory. This may seem a little dry, but I urge you to check this out. The guitar's kind of an interesting instrument. It's more difficult to see distances on than on a piano or even a mandolin. We tend to have 2 or 3 notes on a string, and then we change string. So if you go from a C to a G, it's not immediately apparent how far apart they are. So in order to visualize the distance on the guitar, we're going to play a scale on one string. So we're using a C scale. We're starting on the C note on the first fret of the second string. We're going to go straight up the second string. So we've got C to D. That is 2 frets. That's a major second. Then we've got E. That's another 2 frets, another major second. Now from E to F is only 1 fret. That's a minor second. Then we have F to G, a major second. G to A, a major second. A to B, a major second, and B to C, a minor second. So if we play a scale, a C major scale on the guitar, we can see that adjacent notes are either 1 fret apart or 2 frets apart. So 1 fret is a half step, 2 frets is a whole step. If you're speaking with a saxophonist, it's very rude to say frets. But if you say half and whole steps, then everybody's on the same page. So whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. So in the C major scale, we had 2 half steps, E to F and B to C. Now we're going to look at the distance of each note from the C. So from C to D, a whole step called a major second. Then from C to E, that's 2 whole steps or 4 frets. That's called a major third. If you count on your fingers, C, D, E, you can see we've got 3 fingers up, so it's a third. If we go from C to F, C, D, E, F, it's 5 frets. We're going from fret 1 to fret 6. 5 frets, but it is not a 5th. This is called a perfect 4th. So if we go from C to G, we will go 7 frets. From fret 1 to fret 8, that is a perfect 5th. From C to A is a major 6th. So notice that we are having major intervals and perfect intervals. So we've got a major 6th, that's 9 frets. From C to B, be fret 1 to fret 12, 11 frets, that's a major 7. And from C to the next C is 12 frets. From fret 1 to fret 13, and that's called a perfect octave. Now, we're going to start on the higher C, fret 13 on string 2, and we're going to go down. And there's kind of a coincidence here. When we go down, the major intervals, instead of having major seconds and major thirds, major 6th, and major 7th, we're now going to have the minor intervals. So, from C down to B is 1 fret, 1 half step, that's a minor second. From C down to A is 3 frets. That's a minor third. The major third we did on the way up. It was 4 frets. So, or 2 whole steps. So there's a step and a half, a minor third. Now, if we go from the C down to the G, that's 5 frets. 13 to 8, that's a perfect 4th. From the C down to the F will be 7 frets. That's a perfect 5th. From C down to E, that will be 8 frets. That will be a minor 6th. from C down to D will be 10 frets. That'll be a minor seventh. And from C down to C will be 12 frets. That'll be a perfect octave. So one of my students was having a lot of trouble understanding chord construction because he didn't understand intervals. So this is the inspiration for this video, is to just look at the guitar and see the intervals. The best thing to do next is to take a song that you know, or a song that is relatively simple, so no accidentals, no syncopation, and play it on one string. So I'm taking the tune A Soldier's Joy in the key of C, and I'm going to play it on only one string, on the second string, except for two notes that just wouldn't fit. If you play the tune using all the strings, 1, 2, 3, it can be difficult to see how far apart the notes are because they're on different strings. So if we take this tune and we put it on only the second string, we can really see that the notes are sort of further apart than they appear when we're playing across the guitar. So I'm playing only up and down the neck, not across the neck. 1, 2, 3. So that was the A section, and you can see that there was a lot of jumping around. It's not how I would normally play the tune. Now in the B section, there are two notes, an A and a G, that just wouldn't fit on one string. So I'm going to play those on the third string, but the rest of it will be on the second string, and you can see that it's a very different tune when you play it only on one string. 1, 2, 3. There were those two notes on the third string. So, as I said, this is not how I would normally play this tune, but I think it's a great exercise for just seeing the intervals on the guitar. If you're a jazz guitarist, I recommend that you take the tune Autumn Leaves in the key of G. So instead of using three strings, if you play it all on one string, it gives you a real appreciation for how far apart the notes are. Please think about this idea of intervals on the guitar. And then you can play play it all in one position. It looks very different depending on how you play it. So playing things on one string will give you an appreciation for distance. If you play the piano, you can really see those distances. The piano is very linear. If you play a saxophone or a penny whistle, you can see that when the note gets lower, the tube of air gets longer. But on the guitar, we tend to change strings, so it's not immediately obvious that if we go from C to G, they're on two different strings. How far apart is that really? Well, it's 7 frets. It's a perfect fifth, and so playing a tune on one string will give you an appreciation of that. So thank you very much. Hope this video makes you think about distance on the guitar and intervals. Have a good week, and I will see you next week. Thank you.